The following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Coach's Box. This is episode number 206, and the madness begins because we got everybody here for once, so that's maddening because it never freaking happens. For all you guys who are never here, me and Jason carried the damn show last week. Welcome back to the show. How's everybody doing tonight? Jason's feeding his face. How are the rest of you guys doing? Finish chewing your food before you start talking.
You keep bullying me, I'm going to leave the show tonight.
It's going to happen.
We're doing well.
Sounds like it.
Man,
What
did I miss last week? Yeah.
Oh, last week, me and Jason, we did everything. The show was awesome.
No.
I was
everything. Jason just showed up. Come on.
I was checking in on Shooty, who's still on assignment, to make sure he was still handling his assignment.
Is he handling his assignment?
Well, the school's still standing, so I'm guessing that's what it means. So
that's good.
But
I don't think a school's burned down since the 60s, so I think he's all right.
Those are hard to burn with all the concrete.
Right. Hey,
there's barely any paper left.
Right, Chris.
True.
Before we get going, can you play like a somber note or somber music for Kevin? Because his Cardinals are not getting 91 wins this year.
What?
Mathematically, there's still a chance.
So
no, there's not. No, there's not. The most they can get is 90. The most they can get is 90. They can get to 91 if they make the playoffs.
There we go. I didn't say it was regular season. I said this year.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Gosh. I'm with you. Good job. They ain't making no playoffs.
There's no way.
They're gonna get hot. Just watch.
Why is it supposed to be warm in St. Louis again, or what? That's the way they're getting hot.
It's the second summer,
happening.
so yeah.
Indian summer here.
Mathematically, it's still a chance. You can't play that somber music yet.
So you say there's still a chance.
Oh, there's not.
There's still a chance.
No, there's
not a big one, but there's still a chance.
There's not.
I'm not backing off of it.
Hey, you're going down with the ship. You're going
God
down
love you.
Yep. It's like Celine Dion on the Titanic. I'm just going down with it, man.
I don't think she went down on the. Never mind. Never mind. Almost walked into that one. Almost walked into that one. Yeah. Do we have sports to talk about, or
my gosh,
they actually matter?
Can I rip on the media in the state of Missouri and their football top 10 poll because it's the biggest joke ever known to man?
Here he comes. Man, timeout tirade. Get it going.
Coming in hot.
Where's my popcorn?
Why DeSmet is not number one in the state is absolutely beyond me. Hillsborough has played two really good teams. They're 0-2. Why are they number 10? And once again, I think Hillsborough is going to be fine. But there is no stinking way that an 0-2 team is ranked in the top 10 in the state. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. Why DeSmet's not number one? It's ridiculous.
Do they have an asterisk next to Hillsboro? Because Hillsboro,
No.
well,
They're like 0 and
MICDS
1.5.
Hey, I don't care. I don't know anyone from MICDS, but if I did, I'd still say the same. That was weak. What you did was weak.
It wasn't the best look. Exactly. You're right, Jason. I agree 100%.
I don't care how many kids you had go on vacation. Weak.
Okay, wait.
Play the game.
If you guys would have tuned into our show last week, that me and Jason carried, and probably why we were, had to be sick because we got sick from carrying all this.
Yeah, he had an outage. I had to carry the show for a minute.
Yeah, he did have to
Couple
because
minutes,
all of a
Mama.
sudden the internet.
God.
Fly ball caught.
It was about like that. Hey, we talked about
He shoots, he scores.
We talked about this, and yeah, it's a bad look. What a bunch of crap, man. He did it to the kids, and I don't care. And Coach Rhodes, yeah, it's politics. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. And I agree, Jim. DeSmet should be ranked number 1. They should.
Right. They absolutely should be. And you know what? The only two that they got right, in my mind, is they got Ritter. They got Ritter number 1 in 5, and they got Lutheran North number 1 in 4. And once again, after Lutheran North literally boat raced Blair Oaks again, they deserve it. Okay, but I'm sorry. And you know what? All the Hillsboro people, I don't care. Say what you want to say. They should not be ranked in the top 10. They're going to be fine. They're going to win a boatload of games. They're going to be able to get themselves in there, but not at 0-2. I'm sorry.
Just say buttload. That boatload crap's out.
No. Trying to be nice. I'm really, really trying to be nice. But yeah, I mean, and I could say this. I could say this because I'm not on the panel this year, and I don't care. And that because I think the first couple weeks of the poll have been a joke. And I've said this. I say it about college too. There should not be a preseason poll. There should not be a poll that's put out until at least the 3rd or 4th week of the season. I know
like
Kevin.
Basketball does.
In
like
college,
basketball does.
Right.
Yes.
College,
for districts.
Kevin, you're right. In college, it is about the money. But in high school, what are we doing?
No, it's not. Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing? We're setting these kids up to fail. You're putting these high, lofty goals. Like I think Hillsboro in the preseason poll was 4 in some instances.
What else are some of these media people going to be talking about for the first 3 weeks of this season if they have
actual news?
Yeah, it talking about.
Wait, we have some of that.
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Jim, because I'm not saying that DeSmet. I don't even know. Don't care. But what I'm saying is, why not have the polls? Oh, it puts a little pressure on Johnny and his coach.
No, because these were I understand, but these writers from around the state haven't seen these teams play, and with the way that the kids are transferring all over the place, it's tough to get a gauge, and you're setting teams up to fail, and that's where I'm going with that.
Wait, hold on. Aren't these kids just following what the guys above them are doing in college?
I agree.
What did they think? This wasn't going to trickle down to high school?
It's going to be ridiculous.
You
it already is ridiculous.
You think I'm going to complain if some 6'6"
No.
dude walks into Herky's front door tomorrow? I'll be like, "What's up? Hey, what do you need? Hey, I'm Coach Jarvis. Nice to meet you."
And you know what that kid's going to say? I play soccer. That would be your luck. That would be your luck. He can't catch a cold, but he can kick a ball.
There's a reason our field looks so sharp. It doesn't have those stupid lines on it.
Oh, Lord.
Take that to the bank. Get out of conference, too. All you soccer goals.
Man, why is all the hostility today? Holy cow!
I'm fired up. It's
Friday
Thursday.
tomorrow.
It's R7 week, boy. You know what it is. R7, boy. It's R7's coming to our house. Let's roll.
Ooh, is it the new Jarvis and McVey wing competition here?
Uh-oh.
I got to get something fun started up here.
Oh, Here's a burrito.
he's
Here's a
already
burrito.
gonna-
We're not going there, Eddie. So don't even start.
He's already-
Don't even start.
He's already throwing up.
Oh my
He
goodness.
said
Moreno had a
no.
good day at practice today, so he may be raring and ready to go.
Oh my goodness.
That
He did, huh?
and
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you-
and
let
we're
him
not
mow?
dealing with it.
Did you let him
No.
mow the field or what?
No, we didn't want to do anything to the field with it raining 1.5 inches tonight, probably.
Oh
Well,
man.
So-
Wait a minute. Now, is Pius traveling or is Knobnoster coming to them?
No.
No,
Knob
Pius
Knoster's
is
coming
traveling.
No,
Oh, I thought they were traveling.
it's a home
My
game
bad.
tomorrow.
I apologize. Okay,
Hey, let the Pius guy talk here, Jim. That's why I asked
sorry.
him. Hey,
It's a home
Wow.
game.
it's a home game. Okay, I've been to Knobnoster. I interviewed for their head coaching job, and it was a good experience to go out there and interview. I stayed in Columbia, and then I went up and interviewed the next morning. So I drove to Columbia, stayed with a buddy, then went up there and interviewed. Then about a month or so after I interviewed, I get this $106 check from Knobnoster, and I'm like, "What?" They paid me to come interview. I was like, "Huh."
Mileage, nice.
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, that's kind of worth it." I mean, I got to practice at interviewing for a head football job, and
Yeah.
nice little stadium they had there and stuff.
Yeah, there's
But it's in the middle. But it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, it was.
Doesn't
And,
don't they have a military base near
well,
there?
yeah,
Yes,
they're a
yeah,
transient district, like
Yeah.
a lot of kids moving
Like
in
Wayne-
and out.
Like Waynesville is.
Yes,
Fort Leonard
yeah.
Wood things. Yeah.
Oh, I got something about Waynesville. I'll tell you later. That's a
Oh, off the air. Hey, how about
no,
this?
it's on the air. It's a good one. It's
Hey,
not bad.
how about this? How about Valley Catholic losing this week? What?
To Vinny.
Hey, let's give
And
an upset.
Yeah.
What
You
an
got to
upset.
give Vinny a lot of credit. Got to give him a lot of credit. That's a huge win for them.
Mhm.
And this the first time that, well, I guess they're not in our conference anymore. So I was going to say, but it's the first time they've lost to one of our conference opponents since Herky beat them like
Right.
forever
2012,
ago.
wasn't it?
2000,
Yeah,
2012 or
12.
2013.
yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, St. Vincent, I knew was going to be good. They had almost everybody coming back. They're a solid team, and I'm not. Yeah, we have them next week.
Hey, Jason, do you have to go down to St. Vincent and play
Well,
this
you
year?
know how much I love visiting Bruce.
I do.
And, I not only have to go down there for football this year, I will also be headed down there for basketball this year, I believe.
It's a lot of miles.
Well, listen to this, Zach. I want to tell you about our miles as a JV program. So went to Fredericktown on Friday. Guess where we went Monday? Fredericktown. Hey, guess what?
Woo!
Go to St. Vincent next Friday. Oh, Monday. Go to St. Vincent.
Aren't they supposed to? flip
Yeah, I
flop
thought they're
those?
supposed to.
Listen, I ain't done.
Oh,
Then,
whoa!
No.
Wait, why? What happened?
then we play Cuba.
Oh,
Guess where we go play JV at?
oh.
Thank you.
Cuba!
And then,
Is that by boat?
and then we have Perryville. And then we have Perryville Public. And guess where we go for varsity and JV again?
Oh my goodness.
Perryville!
Coach Jarvis gonna have so many gosh dang miles on my truck and on the bus. I mean, I'm making some trips. Ugh.
Sounds like a tax write-off to me.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, I get paid some mileage driving.
Okay, well,
trailer.
there you go.
Oh, hey, Doug. Hey, Doug. Yes, thanks for that note. What happened to Michigan this week? Okay, never mind. You don't have to say it.
They ran up against a buzzsaw that's called Texas. Texas is pretty good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Texas
Yeah.
is good.
How about that Notre Dame and that buzzsaw in
Let's-
Northern
let's-
Illinois?
Let's jump into college football.
Yeah, let's go.
Already-
Yeah, because there's a ton.
Hey, I really hate that Nate, had to give up playing football because I wish he could have been a part of that. That'd have been freaking awesome, man.
Mhm, mhm.
For Northern Illinois. Illinois beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
And got
Wow.
paid over $1 million.
And got a 1.3 million to go into the Golden Domers and win.
you see the
Yeah, thanks, Doug. Whatever.
you see Northern Illinois does this like boneyard thing when they beat that. It's pretty cool. Mike Sobel, who used to coach at Herky, now at DeSoto,
Mhm.
that's where he graduated from.
Mhm.
So he was he was on cloud 9 this weekend, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, it's
Yeah,
big win, huge.
we
win.
we were all at the school picnic, and there's a bunch of us watching the end of the game, and we were all just like, what is going on? What is happening here? And it's that one game, and I hate to say it, I like Marcus Freeman as a head coach, but there's one game where they play down to their opponent, and they lose, and this is the one that got them.
Okay, it's just a moneymaker. I mean, I get it. You know, it's the history of Notre Dame, and college football wants them to be successful. But I mean, at what point do you say, look, it's not there? They're obviously not getting the players that they need, or if it's not a Jimmy's and Joe's problem, and it's the coaching. I mean, I like Notre Dame just as much as the next person, but they're irrelevant in my opinion. I mean, going forward, you can't put that. I don't care if they win out. I don't care if you can't have that loss to a non-power 5 or whatever the heck we want to call it.
Oh, if they win out, they're in. If they win out, they're in.
Just because of money.
No
and
way.
then just say that. Just say
If
that.
they win out, they're in.
No.
The only way they get in is if they win out. But they win out big in a lot of those games. They can't.
And they should
buy in a couple. They need.
And
to
Northern
win
Illinois has to win, right? Don't they have
Yes,
to win?
Northern Illinois has to continue to win to be a top 50, a top 40 team.
The issue with Notre Dame right now is with now what's going on out west. The superpower conferences are coming. Notre Dame's got to pick where they want to go. They cannot remain independent and ride it and back their way in. They are going to have to join a conference, whether it's the Big Ten, whether if the ACC weathers the storm with Florida State and Clemson. They've got to join a conference in order for them to be in the mix year in and year out for the playoffs.
Jim, they already play USC, so wouldn't that just make sense for them to just go?
What makes sense for them is to go to the Big Ten, and the Big Ten will take them in an absolute heartbeat.
They'll go to the Pac-12 because that's about as much sense as all the geography and stuff.
You mean the new Mountain West?
Did you guys see
Mountain Pack?
Did you see how much money that the Pac-12's got to pay the Mountain West for those teams? Because apparently when they signed the scheduling deal last year, there was a poaching clause basically put in there. And I think they've got to pay $40-some million to the Mountain West because 4 teams were moving. Now, if 6 teams would have won, it would have been $63 million. But here's the kicker. The Pac-12 withheld every team that went to a bowl game and also the Rose Bowl payment, withheld that from all those teams. So they've got like $230 million sitting in their bank account right now.
Which is why they had an open bar at their media day.
Exactly.
Wasn't it in Vegas too? Wasn't it in Vegas too?
Oh yeah, they went.
Hey, there was nothing weirder than having college football 25 and we get to realign the conferences and there's 2 damn teams in the Pac-12. It's like, this is just weird.
That's
weird.
awkward.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of glad we're talking about college football right now.
Oh, here it goes.
Because I wanted to bring up schedules and strength of schedules.
Go ahead.
Because somebody on this 5 panel here kept just raging about how Mizzou's strength of schedule.
Well, now it's gotten way better because teams are winning. At the beginning of the season, it stunk.
Okay, and let's compare it. Let's see. Akron, West Michigan.
Akron.
Idiot. Idiot.
I know what it's called, Akron, but I'm not going to call it that because Ohio State's schedule for their first 4 games is weak.
I
Jim
agree with
said
that
too.
Akron.
He said that.
I said that. I said that they're
weak.
Kevin, please tell Jarvis that I said that when we had the argument.
He did say that.
You didn't say that, but now Mizzou's schedule is ranked way better.
Sure.
So
Okay.
when we mop all these teams and then maybe lose to Oklahoma, we may still have a chance.
So
Still 10
you're
and 2.
saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
Well,
Or
the thing
lose
is
to Alabama
also
or
with
whatever.
the schedule, all being ranked 6th 2 weeks into the season is going to help them if they take a loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
They won't drop enough.
No.
I'm
so
just,
that will
I'm
help.
just trying to put, because somebody kept telling me they can't
But
lose.
hold on, Jason. At the beginning of the year, before the first games, look at the schedules.
Yeah, they weren't. I can't believe
I
I'm saying this,
understand what
but
you're
I'm with Jim
saying,
on
Jim, but you were wrong.
Thank
I
you,
agree with
Kevin.
Jim.
I understand what you're
Well,
saying.
thank
but you're
you.
wrong.
Well, you're welcome.
Yes.
Now, yes, their strength of schedule has vastly improved when you've got
Yes.
Vandy, when you got Boston College. Yes, your strength of schedule has improved tremendously.
I know it's improved over Akron,
Western Michigan.
in Mercer.
Okay, but okay. So if we're going to go down this road, can I make one comment
God.
without it being said that I'm the Michigan hater or the Mizzou? I'm a Michigan hater. Yes, a Mizzou hater because I'm not. But I am tired of on Twitter saying we've got this great defense. Who in the absolute hell have you played to have to say that you've got a great defense? You've played the worst FCS school in America in Murray State.
Jim, I'm going to say this. It doesn't matter who you're playing. 2 straight shutouts is a really good thing to have.
It's
I
not.
don't care if you're playing the St. Mary's Sisters of the Half Blind.
You should shut out these 2 schools. You should shut out those 2 schools.
They did. And so
I'm more worried about the offense.
But yeah,
But
the
if
offense
you,
has
but
not
if we
looked
would have asked you
efficient.
this 5 weeks ago, you would have said they wouldn't have done that.
I'm not sold on their defense yet. Against a strong team. Against a strong team.
We're going to find out.
And if I do great.
You're a liar,
Hey,
though. You're a Mizzou
by 2 o'clock on
It's
by
like
2
the
o'clock
stadium
on
thing.
Saturday.
What did he say
know.
about the stadium thing today? What did he say? He said
65,000. And look, I'm wearing a God guard hat.
but you said, well, it's still a what was the comment?
It is. Well,
The
that's true.
comment was 65,000 people is on the low end of stadiums
But
in
you
the
always
SEC.
have to point out the
But is it true or not? Jason, is it true or not? Is it true or not?
It is true.
Thank you.
That's why they're making
Thank you.
improvements. So when Kevin said something about, or whoever said something about filling the seats, it doesn't matter because to stay relevant or as best you can, as relevant in the SEC, you're going to have to, because the SEC is going to demand that you do it.
Zach,
So-
whatever you do, don't go on the TV and ask your fans to show up because that's the wrong way to do it.
And you know what? A lot of people agree with me on that. So we'll agree to disagree. A lot of people agreed with me on that. And they're actually Mizzou fans that agreed with it. I know they did.
I think so. I think Kevin, and if it wasn't you, I apologize. But whoever had said, I don't know if they can handle 85,000. I think as long as they're winning, I think they will. And then I also think if they can close down the borders of St. Louis and Kansas City and not have those guys go to Notre Dame or Ohio State or wherever else they're going, I think you do get more. I think you get more guys or more people to go.
Mizzou, I think, is a program that would that type of football program where it's located in the state feeds more off of the atmosphere in the stadium, and I think a full 65,000 atmosphere is going to be way better than say a 90% 85,000 with empty seats. That's where I'm looking, and if they can get that consistently to 65,000 where it's at. I believe these stadium improvements, what I was reading, allow for further expansion even more.
I just don't know where.
I'm glad they didn't fight it off.
Yeah, I just don't know. And Jason, you've been at the stadium a lot too. I don't know where.
There Saturday,
I know you will. Where can you add though in that stadium?
The north end. That north end opening right there on Stadium Boulevard.
Yeah,
there's plenty of room there to do
but
that.
You cut a ton of parking off. No, you cut a ton of parking out, and there's not that much parking close anyway.
Yeah, so at that point, they've already done it. They've already minimized what tailgaters and things can do in all those lots anyway, and a lot of people are complaining about that.
Yeah.
But they're going to end up building a parking garage somewhere probably as well as is probably going to
Well,
be a part of it.
ideally, what they should do is down at the when you go down the hill, where normally the media guys park and all that stuff, and they shuttle them up. You could there's a big area there. It's on the same side as Taylor Stadium, but down the hill. That I think they call it director lot or something. But there's a huge area that you could build a monster parking garage and put it in there. Yeah,
you can build that monster parking garage. You've got the old softball stadium that's still standing that you can put some. That you've got some old facilities that they've revamped that you could end up putting parking in that area. It's just nothing right next to the stadium because of the way that campus is set up.
Yeah, exactly. But no, here's the thing. I think the strength of schedule is a lot better right now. I think they should beat Boston College, but I'm going to tell you right now, this Boston College team is no joke. It's not going to be the blowout that I think a lot of people are going to expect. I think it's going to be a hell of a ball game, and I think Mizzou will end up winning, but I think it's going to be a hell of a ball game.
Being in Columbia certainly helps the situation with that.
If it was at Chestnut Hill, I would be very concerned. But with it being at Mizzou, with a packed house, I think Mizzou's going to win.
Well, I would say I will not be very loud there, but go ahead.
I worry. Okay, Brady Cook, and I get it. Maybe he hasn't had to play the whole game on both games, but the offense, like him not throwing a lot of touchdowns, scares me. The fact that there's been a lull both games scares me. The offense is just a little concerning. I get
all
what
this
Jim is saying.
negativity can get out of here.
No. I said concern like what Kevin said. Like what Kevin said a couple weeks ago. He's cautiously optimistic, or it's a whatever he had said.
I'm cautiously optimistic until I am no longer need to be.
I do think that the offense has not been on all cylinders yet, and I think that's just you don't have that reliable running back there. I mean, we're learning to see what we got there, and Cook just hasn't been on, in my opinion, in the two games they played.
That's what scares me.
I think they've also been a little vanilla.
They've been very conservative too, and I think that it will not be the case this Saturday.
Yeah, I think they're opening up a large portion of the playbook that they have not even gotten to this year yet. And you got a couple. I think it's some penalties have been an issue that I think stall a lot of drives that they've got to get that cleaned up. Especially on the offensive line penalties, holding and false starts and things like that. But
as Jim has pointed out with their defense, it's going to be interesting because Boston College can tote the rock. They can run the football. And if they can keep Mizzou's offense off the field, then this is going to be a very competitive game. If Boston College turns the ball over or struggles to get much on the rush into things, then I think it's going to be, Mizzou could run away with it. So
their QB is what scares me. Boston College's QB scares me. Watching him against Florida State.
Yes, he can run.
He's a true dual threat and decision maker. And again, when you have that position, or you have that athlete at that position, you wind up slowing yourself down as a defender because you don't know. It's paralysis by analysis. And the fact that, again, then they get that extra step, that's what concerns me.
And go ahead.
No, I agree, wholeheartedly. But here's the thing, Mizzou's got 2 wins, but Boston College is coming off a monster victory. And yes, Florida State is not as good as advertised. That what that was the polar opposite of getting somebody good in the portal. I'm sorry, DJU is not that good, and Florida State is seeing that right now. But they should not lose to a Boston College team. So I think you're seeing where Boston College is under Bill O'Brien, bringing that pro-style coaching to these kids. They're coming in riding a big momentum wave, and that's where I think this game is going to be a little closer than what a lot of people expect. Mizzou should win, but you got to be careful with this.
The strength of Mizzou's defense is up front in the line and the linebackers.
Yes.
Where I thought that Mizzou was going to struggle this year would be on the corners where they lost their two main guys. And they haven't been tested on the corners yet by either one of the teams we've played. So I'm interested to see that. While he can run the ball a lot, he does do the things he needs to do. I want to see if he can throw against this defense.
Yeah.
A Boston College quarterback, I says.
Right, exactly.
Hey, I got a question.
Okay.
I got a question.
Oh my God, he speaks.
Well, hell, you guys have been sitting there talking the whole time, ranting back and forth about Mizzou's this back and forth shit. It's crazy.
Hey, hold on. Me and Jarvis is actually having a civil, constructive conversation.
Okay.
That's
Anyway,
okay. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's great. It's the same shit, just recycled.
There's one. There it is. There's one.
Twice.
Oh, two, twice.
Yeah,
Okay.
like literally in 30 seconds. So I just think the Big Ten kind of sucks because either that or Boise State's just really good because Oregon barely beats them and Penn State barely beats Bowling Green. So again, Big Ten making big moves, bringing these other schools in. Ugh. Is there that much parity, or are these guys just not very good either? So it's gonna be Ohio State, winning the conference probably because Michigan they fell off. So Big Ten.
You're going to see
not as good as advertised. And everybody said, "Oh, they're going to be good."
I'm going to tell you right now, though, the Big Ten. Here's what I'll say: SEC, if it ends up as it's going right now, SEC will get 5 teams in. Big Ten will probably get 3 minimum. But you never know what's going to happen. How this whole doggone thing's going to shake out. Big Ten will get 3 teams in. Yes.
Who?
Ohio State, Oregon. Ohio State, Oregon, and either Penn State or USC.
Oregon.
You got to remember, USC's coming off of a big win against
USC might be one, but USC might be one. But no,
the game of the year, the game of the year in the Big Ten will be Ohio State against Oregon at Austin on October 12th, and that's going to be a night game. Autzen Stadium in Oregon.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I got their schedule up. That's about the time that they'll actually play a good opponent.
Well, I mean, they've got Iowa next week, Jason.
No, they didn't.
Whoa, wait, that's a good opponent.
You got Marshall. You got Marshall.
We play Iowa in the next 2 weeks.
Iowa just lost to Iowa State.
But hey, hold on.
That's a rivalry.
I was averaging 30 points a game over the first 2 games. They've never done that in the last 10 years.
They didn't play anybody.
You guys must have a bye this week because it doesn't have a game on here.
They always have a bye early.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do have a bye. Then they go
Marshall, Michigan State, Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay,
wait.
A Kirk Ferentz coach team doesn't ever score points unless they're playing the Sisters of the Blind in Iowa. They have the Iowa. It's like, hey, we are 18.5 points per game, and every now and then we get the half just because they feel sorry for us.
Okay, but
always take the under when you're betting on those games. Always.
No kidding.
Whatever the under. Look at that. Look at Iowa State. What a freaking barn burner that was. Punt, field goal, punt.
That's what I'm saying.
What a bunch of they suck. They suck. You're telling me that's a real team? They suck.
That's what I'm saying. Ohio State has a
suck. Come on.
Schedule.
Okay, you've got Oregon. Now hold on. You've got Oregon.
Big Ten.
Then you get what about Nebraska? And I think, are we going to take a break and then come back and continue this conversation so I can rip on Coach Prime?
Me too.
I want to talk about Nebraska and Colorado. I want to bury people on this.
Let's take a break. It's the Coach's Box.
You old people need a break.
Okay,
Grandpa, Dad.
Hard.
Yeah.
Always talking to one.
I'm a beep, and I bumbled my way into your car.
Buzz.
But this hive isn't big enough for the both of us. Boo!
Oh, wow, what a buzzkill. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage,
Paying for this could really sting. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
It's Between Takes with Daikin and Dave Mars.
Cut. All right, next setup.
Hey, Dave, we got another question about energy savings. And this is a good one.
Yeah, efficiency is so important.
Didn't you just talk with Daikin about this?
They said energy efficiency is the key to a happy marriage. She gets the temperature, I get the savings.
Good to know. I'll tell them to check with their local Daikin dealer.
All right, back to one.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
New entertainment, you need full-length content, you need the Real Fresh channel. Hey, I'm Half Fresh from the Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today on YouTube. We have new content. We are a network of podcasters putting out new stuff every single day. Whether you need sports, pro or college, whether you need comedies, whether you need pop culture, whether you need wrestling, we've got so much content on there. Gaming, check it out. Live, not live, we've got it all. The Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Coach's Box. This is our second segment of the show. If you like our show, if you're watching it, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We appreciate all of it. We make sure we do it all for free and just about every week as long as we can.
Say it, Jarvis.
All for free because you saw it on the screen. Jarvis, for free.
It's the first time you probably watched any of the commercials.
Well, I actually just sat down at the very end. I had to.
Oh, yeah.
I went up and saw Weston in between in the break.
Oh, I thought you had to take a potty break.
Zach still
No,
hates
I'm
that
not
picture.
that old.
No,
You knew,
okay.
you knew it was potty break time when Jim said time for a break.
All right. So speaking of college
That
football,
age. It's that age.
since we're still there on it, kind of.
I thought you were going to say,
Um,
speaking of potty time, man, what a.
Go ahead, Zach. Set it up. Yep,
Okay.
Speaking of potty time.
I just listen. I'm going to say this. You talk about trying to build a program, and you talk about trying to change a team that has won one game and just not very good. And I don't know. It just seems like after that third game last year, everything's gone downhill for Colorado. And then the first half of the Nebraska game, they absolutely just get waxed. And okay, at some point you can't talk. At some point you actually have to go out and perform and execute. And so this would be my debatable topic to you guys is like, what's that line of saying we're going to do some talking and we're going to do some actual playing?
How
do you
much
see
money is
that-
involved here?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
How
did
much
you
money is involved? Because he's bringing in a buttload of money to Colorado.
Did you see the video that came out today about what Shakur, when they went out for the coin toss and they were shaking hands, and Shakur basically goes to Nebraska guys, we're going to roll you, bro. We're going to roll you just like we did last year. Yeah, that's not good. And here's the deal. I still say this. North Dakota State should have beat them in week 1. Okay. You saw the cracks in that Colorado defense that were exposed in that North Dakota State game. And Matt Rule is such a good coach. He took advantage of that and just absolutely laid the hammer down running the ball in the first half. They opened up just monster holes against that defense. And as much as I'm not a TJ Moe fan right now with some of the things he's saying on social media, he actually did make a comment, and he basically said a tale of two coaches. You have a coach hired in Nebraska that knows how to coach, get kids ready and build a program. Then you have another coach that gets hired in the same rotation that all he cares about is self-promotion and his kids. One of the few times I agree with TJ Moe on Twitter, but he nailed that. He nailed it on the head.
Well, you've heard that Deion has banned the fight song after Colorado touchdowns, so they can play Shakur's or
that was a false report.
No. Here's they have to wait for 15 seconds to play a clip of the rap song, then they could play the fight song. They cannot come out with the fight song. They have to play it. That's BS.
So
good call, dog. Good call, dog.
And it's still with the amount of recruiting that Deion says he does, there's still massive holes on the offensive line.
The defensive line, Kevin, their defensive line's horrible.
They still can't stop anybody.
Their offensive line is horrible.
Both lines are horrible. Did you basically see?
They both probably look pretty good in practice going against each other because they're both bad.
Was basically asked about this, and he basically said, "Well, there's not much I can do when I've got that happening in front of me." He's throwing his dudes.
How much did the other guy get touched? Yeah,
I think it's
I just go back.
Yeah.
I was on the hype train. They come out and they beat TCU. They come out and beat Colorado State, Nebraska last year. Everything's going well, and I'm like, hey, great. And it just taken a nosedive. And say what you will about Deion. I think he does a lot of good things for the players. It's just at some point, you can't just keep talking and talking and talking. You have to go out and perform. You have to go execute. And otherwise, you just got to be quiet.
I knew I was
Go ahead,
right.
Jarvis.
The fight song Glory, Glory, Colorado and Fight CU have been played after CU touchdowns and field goals for years and were played every time the Buffaloes scored against North Dakota State earlier this season. That was a bull crap report. And it's almost like the presidential election.
Boy.
Oh, here we go.
Here it goes.
I'm just saying it was a bull crap report, and Kevin thought it was right. I looked it up just now.
Well, they're playing it, but they're also waiting for 15 seconds to play the rap song.
There's nothing about 15 seconds in this article.
One of the administrators from Colorado confirmed it in a report that I saw on Twitter this week.
Well, Twitter isn't always right either. I'm reading off of Fox News right here.
Yeah, but okay, and you believe them during the presidential election? You've got to be out of your mind.
Wow. Okay, you bleeding heart liberal, shut up.
No, that's Nolan, not me. That's Nolan. Okay, let's stop.
Who does Colorado? Wait. Who does Colorado play this week?
Colorado State.
Colorado
and
State.
I think Colorado State wins.
So did the media ask Deion if he's got a plan for Colorado State, or does he just have a concept of a plan?
Right.
Right. You guys can say all this. That's fine. I'm a Deion fan, so I'm going against what y'all are doing.
Wait. Stop. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, Deion, he might not be able to coach his way out of a wet paper bag, but he gets kids in there. They want to play for him. He's built that program up to where people want to actually go there. It's okay, and he's making money. So you know what? College football is a business, and sports are entertainment. Zach says it all the time. Now we're paying the kids. Now they're entertainers. They're entertainers. Sorry. So for all of you traditionalists who are like, you know what? Hey, let's do this transfer portal thing, and let's do NIL, and let's do all this stuff. It's your own damn fault. Because you all let it happen. So this is what you get, and he will not be the last one for sure.
I think he's gone. I think he is jumping ship.
Where's he going?
After the back to Aflac commercials.
He'll go to Dallas when they fire McCarthy after Dallas doesn't make the playoffs this year. So then he can bring Shakur in as a quarterback, and they're going to have to eat the $230 million. They're going to eat $230 million. No, I don't know.
Slow your roll. He's not LeBron James. Now, so
but
anyway.
Can I flip the script and talk about Matt Rule for a second? Or do you still want to talk about Deion?
I want to finish Deion for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
You think Colorado's just there is no way, Zach, they are going to get rid of him after this year. No,
I'm saying he walks. I'm saying he walks. He sprints from Colorado
after Hunter and his son are gone. You know what?
He's got a bad foot.
They don't win.
He's got a bad foot. He can't run anymore.
He can't sprint.
He's going to sprint. I was waiting for one of you to say that. He is gone. If they don't win, which unfortunately they're not going to, he's gone. There's no incentive. There's no incentive for him to stay anymore.
There's a lot of money there.
There is
no, not with his son. No. With his son and Hunter leaving.
Somebody else.
He has two sons. What's the other son?
Both of them. Yeah, they're gone. They're all going to either draft or graduating. He's gone. If they win, he stays. He has a reason to stay. If they go 2 wins, 3 wins, he's going to be like, well, tried my best. Can't get the lineman in here. Can't get my players. Blah 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 blah. He'll spin it how he wants to spin it.
I don't think
he's gone. He's gone.
I don't think so.
All right. So here's your schedule.
I don't think he'll want to leave a legacy like that. After what he did at Jackson State, I don't think he's just going to leave. I just don't think he's going to.
So they get Colorado State, then they get Baylor. They should beat UCF. Then you get K-State, Arizona, Cincy, Texas Tech, Utah, which is a different story now because their quarterback may be out for the rest of the year. And then he's got the cut in his hand. There's an infection in it, and they said it's really bad. And then they finish up with Oklahoma State. So I don't know how many they're going to win. But talk about the job that Matt Rule's done. And that's where I knew they made a good hire with him because of what he did at Baylor. And some guys just aren't cut out to be NFL coaches. And I don't think Matt Rule was cut out to be in the NFL. I think college is his sweet spot, and he's getting kids to go to frickin' Lincoln, Nebraska to play football. And they're buying in. I mean, the way that they went about their business against Colorado, everybody in the world had Colorado winning that game. And you know what? Matt Rule doesn't care. I'm going to tell you right now, they're a dark horse in the Big Ten this year. If they can continue to play the way that they played against Colorado, and they can do that, I'm going to tell you, Ohio State's in for a rude awakening the weekend because they get Nebraska right after the Oregon game. That's a tough 2-game stretch for the Buckeyes.
Only thing that scares me about Nebraska is
shut up, Jarvis.
Only thing that really scares me about Nebraska is their quarterback play. They have a good quarterback, but he's young, and at some point they're going to need that freshman to go win them a game, and he has to do that before I can buy into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he's building. Jim, when you say I don't know if he's a college or if he's pro coach material. After watching the Giants debacle, I don't know if anybody, I don't know if anybody like, holy cow. And we could talk about that whenever.
We'll get to the next segment about that.
I mean, I just, I get the Sabins of the world, the Spurriers of the world that wants complete, absolute power and control. That's not, they're not going to be pro coaches. But, I don't know. It's too much about winning too soon. And guys, again, when we talk NFL, there's just not a lot of good football in the NFL.
Well, it's because
Last weekend was horrible.
they're not allowed to actually play football for a long time.
No, because they
Okay,
don't
so-
practice. They
That's
sit
what I'm
out.
saying. They don't. Well,
Yeah.
that you can't hit anybody. You can't tackle anybody. You can't require them to show up and do stuff. You know, the OTAs, are they even mandatory? I mean, and then when you're
Allegedly.
there, it's like you're just in
Allegedly.
shorts and shit. I mean, you're not even doing anything. It's not even real football.
Hold on.
Just
You
give 'em
can't sit
flag.
here and say that, Chris, because you're the big proponent on these players have to get their money. You can't talk out of both sides and go both ways.
No, I'm
It's
not.
either
They can
for
go,
the
wait
players.
again. No.
You're either for the
They-
players
it-
getting
no,
money,
no.
or you want to
Hey,
profit.
go
you
get
know-
your money. Go
Do you
get your
know
money.
Chris Miller?
Let these two fight. I want to get my popcorn.
Go,
Hold on.
go make your money. Hey, it's within the rules. This is what you allow. So now you're dealing with it. I still think it's stupid that they allow it. Pay those guys the money. Pay them the money. Go for it. Hey, if I'm a player, I want to make as much money as I can. I would be stupid not to. But then the people who run the league, they allow this to happen. Okay, well, you're stupid, and it's not even real football anymore. I'm sorry. That's not going both sides of my mouth, Zach. That's stating the fact. They're stupid because they don't even have football being played, and they're stupid if they don't take the money. Done.
Can we
Everybody's
finish the
stupid.
college talk? Can we finish the college talk before the next segment where we can hear you bitch about NFL all day long?
I won't bitch about the NFL. This is what it is.
I'm not gonna bitch right now because James Cooks has scored 2 touchdowns for me already.
Oh yeah, Buffalo.
That's
What,
61
what,
there. And Buffalo, Allen has never lost. I think it's like 11-2 against the Dolphins or something like that.
Well,
And he's undefeated on Thursday nights. So
and Tua threw an interception on the opening drive, and Buffalo converted. So all right. Here's my question. Last college question.
Okay.
First couple weeks. First couple weeks. Who's your surprise team? Who's your surprise team in the first couple weeks that you think can make a lot of noise as we get into this thing?
I don't know about a lot of noise, but I mean, obviously Boston College. I mean, you go from out of nowhere to now you're ranked, and I get what you're going to say about, well, Florida State's not good, but you have to give credit where credit is due, or their preseason top 10, and you have to say they talk about their D line. All of those dudes are supposed to be NFL dudes, and we're not talking 7th rounders. We're talking top first 3 rounds. So for them to go in and play the way they did. That's why I like you said, Jim. I'm kind of worried about Boston College this week. I hope they prove me wrong and Mizzou comes out and thumps them. But I mean, on the good side, I would say them. I'm looking at the rankings and nobody else really sticks out. You could say Tennessee for the fact that we're worried about Mizzou's offense. Heupel's like, you know what? We're going to try and score 100 every night.
Oh yeah,
I mean, let's do it.
Yeah.
So they might be another one that's on the come.
I would add K-State to that list. Well, losing their quarterback, bringing in a new quarterback, and they're playing really well and just the same. So,
oh my.
What about you, Jarvis?
I have no idea.
MIZ, that's what he's thinking right now.
Way to contribute.
I mean, we just talked about him. I think Nebraska right now, after the year that they had last year and what they've done to get things going, and they've got a chance to, go 4-0, over their first 4 games. I think the job that Matt Rule has done has been terrific, and I really like what I see out of them. And once again, I think they very well could be a dark horse in the Big Ten this year.
I think you can also add the Illini to that. They're just outside the top 25.
What about them beating KU? That was huge.
Yeah, the way that they've kind of turned that program around over the last couple of years, I think that they're getting better. This may not be their year; they may be a next year type of type of program, but they're getting a lot better as well.
Well, I'm going to bring up this college, and you guys will all laugh probably.
Gosh,
but BYU, they weren't supposed to beat SMU. They weren't supposed to beat them. They waxed Southern Illinois. We'll see what they are about here when they play Baylor. They got Wyoming this week, which I think they'll probably win that. Then they have K-State in week 4. So we'll find out week 4 if they're for real or not. Who the hell's got music playing?
By the way, did any of you guys watch that Duke Northwestern game last Friday night?
I did not. I saw
No, I didn't.
Oh my gosh. What they're playing in is absolutely horrific. And basically the story is they're getting their stadium renovated. They couldn't play there or rebuilt. They can't play their games there. So they basically use their practice field and they set up stands around the practice field, and it's literally right on the lake. It's on Lake Michigan.
And it's only like, what, 15,000 seats or something?
15,000 seats. Visiting teams, you know what their allotment is? 1,000.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting and watching that game. I'm just like, what in the world is this bandbox that they're playing in?
And I'm like,
so what you're saying it's not a high school stadium in Texas. That's what you're saying.
No, it is not. I was surprised. I was surprised a little bit that they didn't attempt to get, like, say, Soldier Field.
They tried. Soldier Field won't let them play on it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. They may be better than the Bears, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. But
it was just
they tried
because even Kansas isn't in their stadium this year because they're completely rebuilt. They tore it down and rebuilt it, and they're playing all their home games at Arrowhead.
No, they're playing at 12, or they're playing at the soccer facility.
I thought they were playing at Arrowhead. They have a couple of games at Arrowhead.
Yeah, but the other games, if I'm not mistaken, are going to be played at the soccer facility across the line.
Oh, okay. I thought they were playing at Arrowhead. That was just me.
Yeah, I don't think well, once again, a lot of these NFL teams will not let a lot of teams play on their turf. And the reason I say that is when I lived back home, the Pennsylvania, what they call the Western Pennsylvania Scholastic Athletic League, would play their championships at the old Three River Stadium when it had grass. No, when the Heinz Field was first built, they had grass. They played 6 games in 2 days in a monsoon, absolutely destroyed the field, and the Steelers had to pay $500,000 or whatever to lay new turf down because they had a game the following Saturday or following Sunday. So that's why a lot of NFL teams don't like a lot of games like college games or that playing on their fields.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's all I got for right now. I want to talk about NFL because I want to hear who the worst quarterback in the league is. Let's think on that.
You could throw a rock and hit about 15, 20 of them.
Yeah.
You could throw a rock and hit about 15, 20 of them.
Jarvis would be better than half the quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
If you say that, just bad quarterbacks, you throw a rock to hit you're going to hit 15 of them. There's only one worst quarterback in the league, and I think we all know who that is.
There's a deep tease for the last segment of the night, boys and girls.
Yes.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, sorry. All right. We're watching the Coach's Box. Right back.
I'm a bee, and I bumbled my way into your car.
Buzz.
But this hive isn't big enough for the both of us. Boo!
Oh, wow, what a buzzkill. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage,
paying for this could really sting. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
It's Between Takes with Daikin and Dave Mars.
Cut. All right, next set up.
Hey, Dave, we got another question about energy savings. And this is a good one.
Yeah, efficiency is so important.
Didn't you just talk with Daikin about this?
They said energy efficiency is the key to a happy marriage. She gets the temperature, I get the savings.
Good to know. I'll tell them to check with their local Daikin dealer.
All right, back for one.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
need new entertainment, you need full-length content, you need the Real Fresh channel. Hey, I'm Health Fresh from the Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today on YouTube. We have new content. We are a network of podcasters putting out new stuff every single day. Whether you need sports, pro or college, whether you need comedies, whether you need pop culture, whether you need wrestling, we've got so much content on there. Gaming, check it out. Live, not live, we've got it all. The Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the third and final segment of the Coach's Box. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode. We'll jump right into our topic of basically the entire show, which has been football, but we're going to talk professional football. And Jim, take it away.
Who's the worst quarterback in the NFL, boys?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Hey, for the value, Deshaun Watson. For the contract,
well,
there's honorable mentions, and he's on the honorable mention.
Well,
Aiden O'Connell
may be gone.
is on that list.
Deshaun
Gardner
Watson,
Minshew.
Deshaun Watson's probably gone after this week because apparently there's a meeting tomorrow with the victim, with the alleged victim, and she has video proof of what took place. And they're showing the NFL that tomorrow. I think they'll let him play Sunday, but guess what? I think Deshaun Watson, because guess what? Now Cleveland has an out for the $200 million contract that they signed that clown to, and they won't have to pay him a dime. I mean, it'll be a null and void contract basically, but they messed up signing Deshaun at the beginning, and I'm saying that as a Browns fan.
But they're also out 3 first-round picks they sent for him.
Oh, with it now, that's the collateral damage with the whole thing. That you blew your 3 first-round picks, and now you're really hosed on that. But I agree with Daniel Jones. We all watched Hard Knocks. We all saw what happened. I don't get why they didn't try and get somebody. And once again, they get the kid from LSU, Neighbors. Good receiver, but you need a quarterback. And I'm sorry, but Drew Lock is not the answer. He's not the long-term answer.
They still don't have an offensive line.
No.
They play okay. I think their defense isn't bad. They just don't do anything offensively to protect any of the skill position players in order to make Daniel. I don't even know if Daniel Jones could be a good quarterback because he's always laying on his back half the time. So,
when they went to the playoffs, 2 years ago, they went to the playoffs and they said, "Hey, we've got our guy. He can be this manager, but because of the way that the market is and the way the economy of the NFL is, they have to pay him." And so, in doing so, like we've said for all of the years that we've been doing the show, when you pay your quarterbacks over a certain percentage of the entire roster salary, you aren't successful. And then again, the bonehead decision to just let your best player walk, I just do not get. And the fact that the owner was like, man, as he's bumbling and stumbling around, I just hate to see Saquon leave.
I won't sleep.
You're the owner.
I won't sleep at night. Yeah.
You're the owner. Like, hello, right. That's when you say, no, I'm the owner. This is what you're going to do. Obviously, that's the case for the Cardinals. So that's what you do. I mean,
Right.
You have veto power. Sit here and say no. Make a deal for him, and then we'll figure it out.
I don't know. I did see this on Twitter about the time we got on the show about Tua. I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, he does cost a lot. I think you can substitute Daniel Jones into that one too, for sure. And all these other guys that are getting paid a lot of money because you have to be smart with how you construct your roster around paying your quarterback. And you have to have weapons, but you have to have a good offensive line, or you have to have good young guys.
I mean, I'm sorry, that is kind of funny Tua thing, but I mean,
it's very funny.
Tua had 101.1 rating last year, threw for 29 touchdowns and 14 interceptions, and threw for 4,624 yards.
He was number 2 in yards.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean,
he's just not flashy. He's just not flashy.
No, he just gets it done.
It's all about.
He gets it done.
Yeah.
Not right. Not tonight.
That and they put other. His ownership has put other pieces around him in order to make him better. That some of these other teams with these quarterbacks we've been talking about, they haven't done that.
And we just said that he just threw a pick 6.
Wow.
Hey, everybody, where's it at?
It's
Is
at
it in Miami?
It's in Miami.
They're going to be 31-10 after this extra point. And
so wait a minute. Hey, let's
They
talk
have the
about
be-
some of those. Let's talk about some of those weapons around him.
Yeah,
by the
he
way.
has 2 of them.
That's not what I thought you were going with that. I thought you were talking about the 4 weapons around some of the
Let's
players.
go down there. I'll go down this road.
I do. I want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I want to talk about it
too.
Speaking
Go ahead,
of
Jason.
one of the weapons.
Go ahead,
Oh
Chris.
gosh.
Well,
No, go ahead, Jason.
Tyreek Hill apparently last week before the game got
He was driving
put in
fast.
cuffs and arrested.
Let's go
Detained.
back.
He was not
'cause
arrested.
He wasn't
Detained.
arrested. He
He
was
was
detained.
All right.
Come on,
I-
you were a social studies teacher.
I want to
Come
tell
on,
all these
get it
more.
right.
Keep saying he got arrested. No offense, Chris.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Been called a lot worse.
Indicted. I guess you could say it was indicted because he was
Detained.
detained. Yes.
He was detained.
No.
He's put in cuffs and dragged out of his car.
Yeah. Go. Who wants to start it? Because I've got my
Okay,
2
first
cents on
off,
it.
whatever happened, if he was speeding, if he wasn't speeding, you don't roll your window up. You listen to the cop. And I had Eddie sitting there watching. We were talking about this before our preseason practice the other night. And he said, from being a cop, the cops didn't handle it the right way after the fact, because once they opened his car door, you did not have to do that at all. So
Right.
basically, if he would have been compliant, none of it would have happened. And
He was compliant. He gave him the
No, he
driver's
wasn't.
license.
No,
Yes,
he
he
rolled
gave
the
him the
window
driver's
up.
license.
Roll your window. So you want to roll up? Okay. So coming from a guy who's a social studies teacher, you got a
Yeah.
police officer who you're rolling up the window on a tinted window vehicle. You
Right.
can't see inside. Roll
Right.
it back up. Here, let me go grab something here, and then when I roll it back down, I pop you. Oh, okay. That sounds like a good idea. Keep your damn window down. Keep your
He
hands on
had
the
it
steering wheel until he
cracked.
asks
He
you.
had it cracked.
Oh, he had it cracked. Okay, so you're telling me you could see everything inside that. Get out of here.
I'd say
Now,
he did because
on the
the window
other
was
side-
down first.
On the
Go
other
ahead,
side,
Chris.
on first, because you can't have something hiding and you grab it when nobody's looking. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Dude.
That sounds great.
Let's be
When they
real.
opened the door, that's when they did not do what they were supposed to do. Okay? Now,
No.
both parties.
It goes even
There
before
is
then.
parties-
Even before that.
I agree that,
All right.
but there is no law that says I have to keep my window rolled down.
Thank you. Thank you.
He came and got his ID. He had his
Thank
ID, and you can hear what he said. He said, "Write me your ticket," or whatever he said. He said, "Go ahead,
Do
and
what you got to
it.
do.
Do what you got to do. I'm going to be
Mhm.
late." That's what he
Mhm.
said, and then he rolled
Yep.
up his window. I've
Yep.
been pulled over plenty of times, and I've rolled my window up after they've walked away, and
Was it tinted?
Yes. I mean, they walked away. They should have already been going to check and run his crap. Not worry about if his window was down or not. You're already looked in. You already looked in the car. You already got the ID from him. What more do you need?
The part I didn't understand is why there were like 5 cops there. You never you see 1 or 2, but there were 5.
Well, they were there because it was a construction zone, and so they were already sitting there, and then again, you can allegedly whatever the speed was, and Chris, to your point, if he allegedly was going over 100 miles an hour in a 30, that's criminal. Okay, that's automatic arrest, and
that's
then
true.
you are going. So the fact that from that point on, obviously, when people say he was going that fast, well, he must not have been for them to not arrest him, more than detain, actually arrest on site for actual criminal driving at that speed. And again, all parties, 100% all parties were wrong in this. And the fact is that
they all were wrong.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think everybody was wrong. Yeah.
Tyreek was wrong.
I think Tyreek Hill could have handled it better. Yes. But
yes.
What they did,
that's not his job. That is not his job. We are the citizens of the United States. We have constitutional protections of life and liberty, and it is the job of the police who have, and this is the issue, all of us had to go 4 years to get a degree to educate children. And in police, you're talking 6 months of training at the academy, and you're going to go carry a gun, and you have to know all the laws to enforce, and you have to be taught how to apparently not de-escalate situation. That's the bigger issue, is that we've always said it. There's always going to be a bottom 10%, but the issue is that they don't get enough funding, they don't get enough training, and then obviously they don't weed out the people that don't need to actually have a badge and a gun. I support the police 1,000%. But those guys, the second guy who's like reached in, opened up the door, he should be gone. And it shouldn't even be a question. You can't go in less than a minute. You can't go in less than a minute, pull a dude for a speeding ticket, for a speeding violation, pull him out of the car, put him on the ground. That is not what you're trained to do.
Especially with a body camera on, knowing that everybody was going to end up seeing this. Something in his head says, what I'm doing is okay.
All of them. And that's the other issue. All of them.
Then,
no one thought to say stop.
And then the other NFL player stops and is on his phone outside the car. And that cop, I understand they were mad, but dude, they were, I don't know. I felt by watching it, yes, Tyra, he shouldn't have been speeding, whatever.
Right.
I didn't think what he said to the cop and rolling his window up was that big a deal.
And then no, 100%.
Because the cop, I mean, in Tyreek's mind, the cop was leaving to go run his shit, you know? So why would he? And then all of a sudden he's banging. And he wasn't just like tapping on his window. He was like, and I was like, I don't know. It's a bad look.
And the reason why it's a bad look, Jarvis, is just like the United States, saying that we are the freest country in the world. When we do something, whether it's again with its government or our military, we have to be above reproach because we say we are the freest nation in the world. That's what police have to do. They have to be above reproach when they interact with us as citizens. That's their job and responsibility.
Zach, travel down south to the border. We're just, it's opened up. You just come on in. We're free as can be right now.
Wow.
Chris, you're not saying anything, buddy.
Well, the whole thing, and I think we've all said it, when it gets down to it, who's right, who's wrong, the whole thing's prevented if somebody's just driving the speed limit like they're supposed to. None of this happens.
What did Chris Rock say one time? Don't break the law.
Yeah, stop breaking the. It was Jim Carrey in the movie Liar
Jim
Liar.
Carrey.
Stop breaking the
Liar,
law.
liar.
I mean,
No,
okay,
all right.
well, either way. So,
All right,
okay.
I call BS. You're
All
going
right.
to tell me that everyone sitting here on this panel drives the speed limit every time they're in their car.
I'm not.
I also
I'm not
don't own
saying
a
that.
Lamborghini
I cannot
that's black
confirm nor
and
deny.
driving probably really, really fast.
Listen,
I
I'm
don't.
not. I'm
So
not
now
saying I've
because
never
it's a
sped.
Lamborghini, what if it would have been a Pinto? I mean,
Doesn't matter. Driving fast is breaking
well, then
the
why
law
did you even bring up what
criminally.
kind of car it was if it doesn't
Hey,
matter?
maybe
Because it draws
maybe
attention to cops.
maybe he just can't drive
So that-
55.
Hey, I drove a red
See
Cavalier
what I did there?
with
See what I did?
I drove a red Cavalier that had a salvage title and had a spoiler on the back, and it was considered sporty. And cops, I got pulled over in that thing more
89's
times than I
gotta
have in my
catch that.
Camaro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's
89
red.
does got to catch that.
I'm just saying if anybody is just going 70 down whatever interstate through Miami there to get to the stadium, I don't think this happens.
That Hamlin, number 3.
Yeah.
Hold on. So you're saying because he sped, that's what got him in less than a minute?
Oh no,
Drug
Zach,
out of
no,
the vehicle?
he sped all
No,
right.
no,
That dude is
no,
sped
no.
all right.
No, that's
No.
not what I said.
That
What I said was this whole chain of events doesn't happen without this other one. There was a first action
No.
that caused all the reactions.
No.
And now
That
I'm not
does
saying
not cause
I'm not
that does
quantifying.
not
I'm not
cause the police to act that way.
So
No,
now
you
every
don't get
time
away
I-
with that. as-
But what
No.
I'm saying is there's a lot of wrong actions in this whole sequence.
Mhm.
The speeding,
without a
the
doubt.
cops, the whole bit. If you don't have the first one, there isn't the second one. Now, that doesn't excuse what the second action was. That's completely
Right.
different because it did happen. This is what happened. I'm just saying if he's going the speed limit, this doesn't happen. You understand? That's all I'm saying.
No crap, but that doesn't give the cops
I'm
the
not
right.
saying
That
did
does
I say
not-
that?
Okay, so what? He was speeding. You can't just drag a dude out of his car.
No,
Hey,
you
you're
can't.
speeding. Your ass is on the ground, and they acted like he had a
Mhm.
gun or like
I'm not saying that.
they're
absolutely wrong.
It was absolutely way too much. And I
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right.
And I
Absolutely.
never jump in on this, but if that would have been a white dude, I wonder if it would have been the same. I mean,
Well,
I wonder.
You got no, and you. I mean, in this day and age, I hate to say it, but you're exactly right, Jason.
I mean,
The police were minorities themselves, so
I know they were, but
Doesn't mean anything.
it was just
That doesn't mean anything.
yeah. You're. I mean,
The police being being minorities doesn't mean anything in that situation. That could be
No.
no.
He was driving fast.
I'm just saying
He was
if you're
driving
saying like a white
Lamborghini.
driver.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of really wrong actions that could have been prevented on all sides in this situation.
Tua just ran the ball and got clocked.
Another concussion.
Oh! And it was Hamlin.
His head went like this.
Yeah,
and back.
Yep.
All
He
right.
didn't hit someone else's head. He hit
Who's the
Hamlin's body.
Who's the backup? Is it still the guy who used to be in Tennessee?
Ooh, I don't know who.
I don't know who their backup
Tannehill?
is.
No.
Tannehill.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
Tannehill's working at Best Buy.
he's on a beach somewhere.
He
Yeah.
ain't got a job.
Tom Brady. Hey, here you go. You ready? Tom Brady come
Tom
back out of
Brady.
retirement.
Hey, the thing they were talking about this on 101 this morning, at like 5 o'clock in the morning, that
Why were
When
you
you're up
listening
driving to
it?
school.
But anyway, go ahead.
I'm getting ready to go to work, Jason. So they said that Jordan Love getting hurt, that why didn't they sign Tannehill instead of the other guy? Well, apparently that says because he worked for he played under in that coach's system. That just tells you how bad Tannehill actually is.
Yes.
He still doesn't have a job.
Who did they sign?
Whatever that who's ever the backup? I don't know, some
I
no
didn't
name
see
guy.
it.
He was actually the backup for Tennessee.
Hey,
Okay.
while we're
Oh,
on
Willis.
while,
the Willis guy. The
Oh,
draft-
yeah.
Willis.
What Willis?
while we're on
That was
football,
Malik Willis. Malik
yes,
Willis.
Malik.
The guy from
Well-
Liberty.
Yeah.
While we're on football, and I'm going to take.
We've been on football the entire show.
I know. I'm taking it.
I don't feel good. I probably got a fever, and I'm telling you right now, I've been attuned to that. But go
While
ahead.
we're still on football,
Hold on. In other words, Chris is ready for us to say we're done, so he can go to sleep.
Right.
Go ahead.
I don't care. Anyway, so.
Hey, Kevin's gone.
Where'd Kevin go? Oh, there's Kevin. So
He moved.
What I was going to say is, while we're talking about football, I know, Jim may or may not have his show this week. I don't know, but anyway, we're going to talk about. I want to bring up some matchups that are going on around the county, and I want to talk about one school in particular to start, and I want to talk about Crystal City. And the reason why I want to talk about Crystal City, one, my good friend Adam Sims is the head coach. And two, they have put on 2 games and they have played respectful football.
Didn't they beat Louisiana? Didn't they beat Louisiana last week?
Well, 41 to something. Yes, they whooped them
with like 16 kids.
And they got Bayless this week, so that's their matchup. Good for them. Good for Adam Sims. I'm interested to see how the rest of the season rolls out for them. You got some other interesting matchups going on this week. You got both the Perryvilles playing each other, both 2-0.
Vinny's going to win big.
I would think Vinny's going to win, but I mean, they're both 2-0, and you never know what could happen in Perryville. You never know. You just never know.
Are you sure? Because I feel over the years, a lot of people have known what's going to happen before the game ever.
I'm trying to avoid what I really want to say.
You know he's watching the damn show. You know he's watching, and we're all going to hear about it. So there it is.
You got. Now, these are some schools I won't know much about, and if Shooty was watching, maybe he could tell us. But you got St. Dominic and Borgia, both 2-0 going at
that's
each
going to be
other.
that's going to be a hell of a ball game, and Borgia's playing really well because Dale Gildahouse has announced he's retiring at the end of the year. So they're playing a lot for him, but St. Dom's is really good too, and that's going to be a hell of a ball game.
And you got DeSmet and SLU.
DeSmet will win. I mean, SLU's good, but DeSmet will win. DeSmet will win big.
Well, I figured they would win. You got Seckman 2-0 and Northwest 2-0. You don't say that much in the same phrase, 2-0.
No, not with Northwest, but Seckman should win handily.
Yes, they're going at against each other.
Is that at Seckman or at Northwest?
At Northwest.
It's at Northwest, I think.
Yeah.
And then you have you got Valley coming off a big loss, going against 2-0 Potosi.
Hey, Potosi's much improved, but it's again with Valley. You give them the benefit of the doubt.
Valley is
a very salty Valley team that lost the game they should have never lost.
We'll see. I mean, Potosi's 2-0. See what happens there. You got Kirkwood and Lafayette.
Potosi's got a stud running back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kirkwood's got a hell.
They're both 2-0, I think, right?
Yeah. Kirkwood's got a hell of a quarterback in Owen Nesledge. Lafayette's just big and nasty up front. Kirkwood, they should be able to win, but they've got to control the offense. They've got to control the line. They've got to keep Nesledge clean throughout the game.
Who's Festus have this week? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Are they? They did DeSoto. Are they at Windsor this week?
I think that's North County.
They have Windsor. DeSoto and North County are at each other. They have Windsor.
So apparently, somebody down in
somebody
Jefferson County
picked Windsor to be Festus. I got
somebody has been
ain't happening.
Is out of their mind saying that Hillsborough is going to lose, Windsor's Festus is going to lose.
Who's this?
I forget who the third. I'll tell you later. But
who's Hillsborough play?
Way.
We're real prepared for this.
Yeah.
No, that's why I didn't mention those games because I didn't have them down.
Golly, hang on.
Hold on.
That's all right.
I mentioned Festus because I thought and then Windsor. I should have known it was Windsor, but You got Jefferson coming to Herky. We're 0-2.
Herky.
Washington.
Go Herky.
Hillsboro's
going to beat Washington by 40.
So
I mean, what is this person thinking? He's out of his mind.
Well, I mean,
it's almost like Hillsboro being 10th in the poll as an 0-2 record.
Wait,
Give
Hillsboro's
me a break.
ranked 10th?
Yes, with an 0-2 record.
That sounds pretty legit, Jim.
You got Eureka and Hazelwood Central going. Eureka, I think
Eureka's going to win. Eureka's got a chance to run the table.
This is what I should be doing on Jim's show. I should just go through matchups, just have Jim just give me some bad takes. Instead of just telling me about these great games, just tell me who's going to win.
Take this right now, and there's the show for the week.
There we go.
Jim and all his friends.
Well, I did some research, so I mean, I'm just saying.
Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Jarvis and research in the same sentence?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Miami's
something I unfortunately haven't done this week.
Miami's backup is Thompson. I don't know who.
Skylar Thompson.
Skylar Thompson from K-State.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask this real quick. How do we not have better QBs? How do we at the most important position in all of sports, and that's like the weakest. That's like the weakest position
because the NFL plays a different style of football than college does.
And you're paying those guys too much money, so you have to go and get some dude who used to deliver beer.
Oh my God.
Or hey, you know what though? I will say this: at least there's a former stock boy that kind of won a Super Bowl, so that's okay. By the way, if you haven't watched that movie, watch it. Hall of Famer.
It's great.
Skylar Thompson. He played at Kansas State,
and he played his high school ball at Ray-Pac. Played in a state championship game.
Man, look at all that knowledge out of this guy. I mean,
I called that game actually.
We have this guy around. I mean, hey, Grandview's got a shot at going 3-0 after this week. They have Cuba.
Who do they got? Oh, they'll beat Cuba.
Cuba's 0-2, and
wait, that's one of the
Quad County
quadrant,
Conference.
the
quadratic equation conference.
Quadratic equation.
Hey,
Jarvis has to drive in the Pythagorean theorem to even make all the mileage for his conference game.
Hey, Zach,
at least Zach, you figured it out.
You work at a district that's in that conference, so I'd be.
I don't.
I
No,
don't know.
he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Zach does.
Fox is not in that.
No,
Zach. That's Chris.
Zach, open your ears, old man. Zach McVey, R7, Blue Jays. Gosh, damn. This guy don't even know where we work, Chris. I mean, come on.
I don't even know where I work.
Ron Rhodes, I don't want to talk about them. If anyone can talk about them, that can be Kevin.
We did. That was like the first segment.
I said
we talked about Knob
in the first.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's right, Ron Rhodes. I said Knob Noster's going to win. That's what I said.
He missed the first
segment. He was too busy getting the Carpenter salsa.
Oh, probably.
For the show.
He was finishing up his all-you-can-eat buffet that started at 3 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Well, we know he wasn't still working at 3, so
you know he wasn't working. He wasn't working at noon.
Oh man,
Chris, can we get you haven't even cracked a smile tonight. Like
I have. I've laughed a few times.
He's sick. He doesn't feel good.
He is a grumpy teacher.
You're a grumpy ass all the time. Shut your damn pie hole. Sorry, I don't get to sleep on my Saturdays when I don't feel good. I gotta go and fucking work. Get out of here. I'm not looking for sympathy. It's in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. I know right where it's at. Just stating facts.
Which you're full of, and which one of them you're full of, and one of them you probably had. So hey,
wow.
Probably had.
Use the rubber mount and fixed it.
Oh, my God. What?
Hey, Jason, do you think I give a shit?
I bet Chris
ahead.
Miller Sr. taught you that crap.
I don't care. Go ahead.
As you were tending
and we've gone off the rails.
What? Do you not understand our media is off the rails?
I know. I'm the one that came up with the saying. It's my saying.
We're definitely not picking fests to lose to Windsor. I mean,
no.
Well,
hold on. That's why ours is free content, and we're allowed to sit for free. So we're free.
Okay, wait a minute. This show cannot be complete. Until we at least mention the Cardinals. I mean, like we got to at least mention.
We said they're not getting 91 wins.
We did. We said they weren't getting the 91 wins, and then it got clarified that they have to play one playoff game and win it.
They finally brought up the young infielder. He got his first hit. It was cool to see his dad's reaction and everything in the stands. That was cool. But yeah, I hate Jockety. I hate Mo. I hate Mo.
Why? Is it because they keep signing these guys with bad GPAs?
Dude, we are going to ERAs, buddy.
Jason only wants pitchers that are academic all-staters. That's
right.
all he wants.
Lance Lynn is academic all-state.
Oh my
gosh.
I'm sorry, but ESPN had it right today. I was listening. Get rid of all these old fogies. Get rid of Michaelis. Let the youngins pitch. I mean,
why did they bring Lance Lynn up? Why? For what reason? To pitch 2 games? How many innings did it last today?
5.
There you go. He's going to pitch a total of probably 14 innings the rest of the year.
So
let one of the young kids come up here. Let him pitch. Let Lance collect a paycheck and go into the sunset and drink another beer.
He's already drinking beer right now.
Can you calm down?
Drinking a lot.
I'm a Lance Lynn guy. I kind of like Lance Lynn, but do I want him in a Cardinal uniform anymore? No.
He could be a pitching coach.
Oh God!
In what world are you thinking?
In Chesterfield Valley.
Dude, it can't be anywhere.
I didn't say where he would be a pitching coach. I just said he could be a pitching coach.
He can't be any worse.
Listen to the words I'm saying.
Yeah. Couldn't be any worse. I mean, literally, couldn't be any worse.
Do we have to? Okay, so Chris, the Facebook memories came up, and it was I guess a couple years ago when we did the Cardinal. Why it stinks to be a Cardinals fan, and we did all that. Watch it through that again.
Oh, that was a memory today.
Yeah,
we need to do that next week. Give us a week.
Right.
Give us a week to. Oh, Rod, stop it! Matt Carpenter needs to go away too.
So I'm beginning to think, Chris, we probably were a little too harsh on Jeff Albert.
You may have a point.
I think we just didn't invest in the trash can method.
I think we were the right amount of hard on Jeff Albert. We are not the right amount of hard on Turner Ward.
Yes.
You gotta go hard or go home. They need to go home.
Oh man!
I'm sorry, it ain't that hard. See ball, hit ball. Let's go.
Right.
Okay, whatever you say, but the Cardinals can't do that,
dude.
Tyler O'Neill hit his 30th home run this year. Was it with the Cardinals? No.
Do
we think you guys all hated on me?
No.
I've been a Bro Neal fan forever, and you guys all hated on me.
There's all kinds of reasons we hated on you.
Just like Baker, right? Just like Baker Mayfield, he had to go somewhere besides Cleveland to prove that he could.
And now
play.
He's the dude.
I mean,
and now he's
the
What
dude.
do you think? I mean, really, you're sitting up there in Cleveland. You're the owner. You're looking around like, okay, I drafted Johnny Manziel.
Oh.
I sign. I get Baker Mayfield. I let him go.
Please stop. Because I still am a Browns fan. Please stop. Because I live this every week.
You're triggering Jim.
And then we sign the massage guy for one of the record contracts ever. And
that's going to be gone next week.
And he can't get out of the massage booth. And He's had what I don't understand.
What's the massage booth?
Is
whatever I make it whatever I want.
$2, $2.
So does he apparently.
No.
Yeah,
So does he apparently.
You're all right. So why is this coming about just now if it was 2020? That's what I don't
Because she felt that she couldn't do it at that time, and then apparently a couple of the victims, and she's looking for money. But she's
so
probably
the Browns,
going to get
the
money.
Browns sent out an SOS. Any of you ladies
Anybody?
that have not
Any information?
have not called the show.
Finder's fee.
Hey,
Will
it's
you
like the
please,
security guy.
will you please bring a lawsuit now? We need to
Remember
get
the
rid of
security
him.
dude from draft day talking about Bo Callahan? That's it right here.
Yep.
What do you got? Damn
Hey.
it, just tell me.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is totally shifting gears back to baseball.
Why?
The Twins cut one of their minor league catchers. Did you see this?
I did see this.
For
Yes,
tipping
I did.
pitches.
He told some teammates he wanted the season to be over. So in a couple of games that had playoff implications, he told batters what pitches were coming.
Wow.
You're kidding me.
No.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Single A baseball player, played for the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles. What a name.
Oh, my gosh.
He must have been a 29-year-old single A ball catcher.
Coastal Carolina. I mean, looks, he's got this weird mustache, but Coastal Carolina product.
Yeah, he
So-
sure
Wow.
was. Yep. They scored 4
That
runs
is
in the second
crazy.
inning. And yeah, that's not good.
Man, he teed off like he knew it was coming.
He hit that thing. He hit the bull.
Yeah, he scrambled that sucker.
So yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, this guy thought he was Crash Davis.
Anything hit that far, I'd have a stewardess on it.
Yeah, thought that was pretty crazy.
Wow.
Hey, Jacob DeGrom comes back after 503 days of being injured.
Yeah.
I picked him up so I could hopefully beat Doug.
A Mariner or a Mets former first round pick Kumar Rockers made a start for the Rangers.
Yeah,
there you go.
So the guy, this is the guy from he was Vanderbilt's number one pitcher a few years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron Rhodes, I would take some Ozuna in the outfield right now for sure.
I'm not sure he spelled any of those last names correctly.
I think Ozuna might be right.
Grusik, Anil, Barcelona,
with the capital A on the end, you know. That's the Cuban. That's how you spell it. That's the Cuban pronunciation.
And he's got an extra parenthesis in there somewhere. Is there a niner in there? Do I see a niner?
Dude can't spells up there teaching credit recovery.
See this shoe? It says Adidas.
That's all you need to know.
Oh my! He teaches study hall. That's even better. You're trying to help
your spelling.
You're trying to help them study.
I don't know. Go ask ChatGPT.
I want his job. That's bull crap. He's up there teaching study hall, making more than all of us.
Sounds like he was a lot smarter, Jason.
Retirement. That's called retirement.
Hey, didn't you say that a particular guy was a lot smarter for making $90,000 playing dodgeball against kids before? Sounds like he's a little bit smarter than all of us, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
study hall job.
That's spoken from a special education educator right there.
Yeah, special education educator. Yep. Something like that. I teach math.
Wow.
Oh man. No Disney Plus this year, boys.
Kevin, you have got to break in sometime and you've got to record one of his classes just to see what it's like.
I'm teaching all the time.
I know.
Gosh.
If any of his kids are watching this show, please TikTok him something. Record that crap.
Bring that phone out and see what happens. I'm not like Zach McVey. Just be like, oh yeah, hey, get it out. Go ahead.
I will say, my classroom has been awesome this year. Now that we have a cell phone policy, it is awesome.
There you go.
Kids are not on the phones. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I hate phones.
I
hate phones.
It's weird. I never saw a phone in my class.
Oh, you are so full of it. Hey, I worked. Hey, by the way, McVey, I worked with some St. Pius kids, and I heard all kinds of stories about your class, bro.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I got to hear some of it
yeah.
off air. Got to hear some of it off the air.
Speaking of which, we are going to be calling it a show.
Yes, we should. I can't
probably
believe Jim hasn't called for it.
We probably should have 4 minutes ago, but
we didn't.
We didn't.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of the Coach's Box. We will see how next week lines up, because next week a couple of us are going to be in Columbia for the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association.
Somehow I got roped into doing something with that.
I mean, you could stay home if you want.
Oh no, we're going.
Okay, that's what I thought. So anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in. We will let you guys know how the show will be next week, or if we just take another week off and come back the following week.
Man, then we'll be like Jim. Taking weeks off.
But again, thank you guys for tuning in for another episode.
Thanks,
of the
Jarvis.
Coach's Box.
Love you, buddy.
Good night. God bless. We'll see you guys all
That
again
looks
soon.
good on you. For free.
This episode of the Coach's Box, Call It Like We See It podcast is brought to you by Off the Rails Media. Life's more fun when you're off the rails.